I'm here. It was already invited Champions League. Yesterday, Ronaldo Messi. Champions League को जीतेगा. Barca हार जाएगी सेमीज. Bayern. ये तो है. अगर हम लोग आर्सेनल से कल गए लिया बातें ICSE.
Hello, good evening. Where did we stop in the last class? I think we had completed fundamental quantities. We had done small and large measurements of length. What did we do? Can you show that? Did we do light here? Okay. Astronomical unit, AU, light here. Okay. Next is parsec. So this is also a large length. So what is 1 parsec? Read in the book, what is 1 parsec? It says 1 parsec is the distance from where the semi-major axis of the orbit of Earth, right, subtends an angle of 1 second. So what it means is, level. So you have Sun here, right, and Earth. When Earth is revolving around Sun, it is an elliptical orbit, not exactly circular. Right. So this is called the major axis. This is called minor axis. This is minor axis. And this is called major axis. So when you take half of it, this full axis is major, half is semi-major. And this is semi-major. Okay? In ellipse, you have major and minor axis. And this is semi-major and semi-minor. Okay? So this distance between Earth and Sun is 1 astronomical unit. I told you in the last class. Now, when you try to make a, let us say you have this distance now, right? If you keep going far away from this, let us say here, right? So now you see, as you go far away, this is some angle. Right? This angle is going on reducing, isn't it? Let's say this is theta 1, this is theta 2, this is theta 3. So this angle is going on reducing as you go away. So at some distance, very far away distance, this theta will become equal to 1 second. Okay, theta will become equal to 1 second. Now, what angle is 1 second? You know, degree, minute, second. Have you heard about degree measure? So 1 degree has got 60 minutes. 1 degree has got 60 minutes. Means you have seen what is 1 degree. The smallest angle, 1 degree. You make 60 parts of that. So 1 part is 1 minute. So 1 minute, this means 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 degree. Okay. Then what is 1 second? 1 minute has got 60 seconds. So this means what is 1 second angle? 1 upon 60 minute. What is 1 second? 1 upon 60 minute. And what is 1 minute? So this will be 1 upon 60 into 1 upon 60 degree. So that means 1 minute is equal to 1 by 3600 part of a degree. That's a very small angle. 1 degree itself is so small, and you have made 3600 part. So that is such a small angle. So such a small angle, so this is like so many degrees, at least 30-40 degrees. So you have to keep going far away from the sun and earth, okay, to make this angle as 1 second. So that distance is called 1 parsec. Okay, so when it is calculated, so you get 1 parsec is equal to, when you calculate it, it comes 3.08 into 10 raised to 16 meters. So you need not bother about the calculation. Okay, nobody is going to ask you to calculate. I'm just telling you. So till light year, you are expected to get question, astronomical unit, light year, but not about parsec. Right? So 1 parsec is roughly 3.26 light year. It is greater than light year also. Understood? So astronomical unit, light year, parsec, these lengths will be used for astronomical studies and calculations. So this is just for your knowledge. Okay. Clear? In the last class, I told you what is 1 meter, platinum, iridium rod markings. Did we discuss that? What is 1 meter? We defined what is 1 meter, right? 1 meter was defined in 1889 as the distance between two marks drawn. Do you have that? See the definition of meter. Go back. On a platinum iridium alloy with 90% platinum and 10% iridium. Did you get it? No, I have not written it. It's in the book. Definition of a meter. Units of length. Last paragraph of this one. Because you have to know the definition of meter, but you don't have to memorize it as such. Okay? Because unless you know what is a meter, 10 meter is what length, how will you know? You have to know what length is meter. So this was very old and decided that some length is 1 meter, and then the whole world is following that. Okay? But now the definition for a meter is changed. You see the next one. In 1983, almost after 100 years, the meter was redefined in terms of speed of light, according to which 1 meter is the distance traveled by light in this fraction of a second. So this is a very small duration. In this duration, whatever distance the light travels, that is defined as 1 meter. Okay, so you have to just understand it. No need to memorize it. Nobody is going to ask for this. Is this clear? So this is how the units are decided. This is how the units are decided, like meter. Those fundamental units, 7 units. Likewise, there is a unit for mass. Now come to units of mass. Next, units of mass. So what is a kilogram? Some mass you have to define as a kilogram. So what is that? In 1889, 1 kilogram was defined as the mass of a cylindrical piece of platinum iridium alloy. लिखा है ये हमारे बुक में है. ठीक है. Kept at International Bureau of Weights and Measures at Sèvres near Paris. So it's 1889. Quite a long time ago. ठीक है. But now the definition of mass is also changed. That's a very technical definition, so no need to make an effort to understand it. Just read it once and forget it. Okay? We will be using only kilogram, gram and all that. Understood? So what are the smaller units of mass? Gram. So you have to know the standard unit of mass is kilogram. Units of mass. So standard unit is kilogram or kg. So what are the smaller units? Gram, milligram, quintal. Now the bigger units of mass: quintal, metric ton. Gram, milligram. Understood? What is a gram in terms of kg? 1000 से divide करो kilogram को, so you get 1 milligram. ठीक है? So you get 1 gram, right? 1 gram is 1 divided by 1000 kg, and milligram में 1 divided by another 1000. So that becomes 10 raised to minus 6 kg. ठीक है, ये किया ना, पहले भी किया तुमने. A bigger units is quintal. So what is a quintal? 100 kg together is called a quintal, right? Likewise, 1000 kg is called metric ton. So at the most we'll come across these numbers. Then there are certain non-metric units of mass, like I said, for atom. You can't weigh atoms in kilograms because they are so small. So how do we weigh atoms? In terms of atomic mass unit. It is called AMU. Okay? And how it is defined? It is defined as 1/12 of the mass of C12, carbon 12 atom. Whatever is the mass of carbon 12 atom, divide that by 12. Because mass of carbon 12 atom is taken as 12U. Okay? So what is 1/12 of mass of C12? This is equal to 12U upon 12, which is 1U. So 1 atomic mass unit. 1U or 1 atomic mass. This is how the atomic mass unit is defined. Because carbon is very much abundant in nature. That's why we have taken the standard atom as carbon to define our atomic mass. Is that clear? So you're going to learn a lot about it in chemistry. Then you have, so these are non-metric units of mass, right? Then you have solar mass. What is solar mass? Mass of a sun. So how much is it? 2 into 10 raised to 30 kg. Now this is a very large mass unit. So when you are comparing masses of planets or heavenly bodies, that's when you will use solar mass unit. Okay? With this, we have completed the units of mass. We are just discussing. Okay, we will now go ahead to units of time. Right? What are units of time? So, what is the standard unit of time? SI unit. Second. So, second is what we know. But we have hour, we have minute, we have day, we have year, all of them are time only. So everything can be converted back into second. So you can see. So what are the smaller, so how to define 1 second? Therefore there is a definition. So how you have defined 1 second? So for that you have taken the duration, some time interval you have to take. So time interval, how to measure time? You can measure time when some activity is repeated after fixed interval of time. So what is the experience? So what is the time between two sunrise? That time we have defined as 24 hours. Okay? Then we have calculated backward. So the time duration from one sunrise to next sunrise, we are calling 24 hours. So what is 1 hour then? 1/24 of time between two sunrises. Okay, that is 1 hour. Then what is a minute? Hour is divided into another 60 durations. When you divide hour in 1, so that becomes 1 minute. And then that minute is also divided into 60 parts. That becomes 1 second. Okay, so when you calculate backwards, then you will get 1 second is equal to 1 divided by 8,600 86,400. It is 1 divided by 86,400 part of 1 mean solar day, that is 24 hours. Now, this is the time between. What is mean solar day now? Huh? one sunrise to other sunrise throughout the year is not same. In summer it is different, in winter it is different. That's why you have taken the mean of entire year between two sunrises. Sometimes it is more, sometimes it is less. So this is mean solar time, right? So this is the old definition of second. Now we don't use this definition of second. Now what definition is used? 1 second is the time interval of 9192631770 vibrations of radiation corresponding to transition between two unperturbed ground state hyperfine levels of cesium-133 atom. You will not understand this because this is a subject of very high standard. Okay, so only when you are doing research on time and all, then you are supposed to. Basically, every atom, okay, it emits radiation, right? So radiation is a frequency, right? So these definitions you will not understand right now, and no question will be asked on this. Understood? Just understand that this is the definition of duration. Meaning what? Each atom radiate vibrations like this. Look here. Every atom, every substance emit radiations. Okay? Every substance, and they have a characteristic property. Now, this is called one vibration. Can you see this? So this is called one vibration of cycle. So these many vibrations, 9192, whatever time it takes for cesium-133 atom to emit these many vibrations, that duration is called 1 second. Understood? So these are the definitions of second. We need not get into this. So we will be starting with a second and going ahead or behind. So what are the bigger units of time? So minute, hour, day, lunar month. What is a lunar month? How many days in a lunar month? 29.5 days. So lunar month is based on moon cycle. Okay? Then month, Gregorian calendar, it is based on sun cycle. Okay? Got it? So then you have a concept of leap year. So minute, hour, day, understood. Lunar month is based on the cycle of moon. So moon revolves around earth. It completes one rotation in 29.5 days. So that is a lunar month. Got it? So likewise, the month that we study or the calendar that we have in our home, that is based on sun. Okay? And in that month we have 30 days. So there is a difference between lunar month ka year and Gregorian calendar, which we follow. We follow Gregorian calendar. Okay? So ये सब ठीक है. Then in leap year, here in the month of February, 29 days. Okay? So these questions will not come. Then you have decade, century, millennium, right? What is a decade? 10 years. Century is 100 years. Millennium is 1000 years. So these are different time units. But you need to look at only this table. Questions may be coming from this table. Okay? So what units of time are given? Minutes, hour, day, month, year, decade, century and millennium. One more question may come from here. Okay? Then did we discuss derived quantities and all that? I have given you derived units. Have I explained fundamental and derived quantities and units? That's it. So don't bother about anything else here. Okay, so many things are given extra, not to the scope of 9 students. Okay. Now we'll go ahead. We will now go to measurement of length. Now this is the interesting part. Is this taught in the school? What have we taught in school? Huh? Only A, the part that we completed. So I am sure they might not have covered what I have told you. Have they covered all this? No. What have they covered? Only that, na? Not the bigger units and small units, not the definitions. Hai? They have not covered only because questions don't come from. Okay. Now let us start measurement of length. So unit B is what is measurement of length? So to measure length, what do we require? An instrument called scale. Right? To measure any physical quantity, we require an instrument. Right? We require scale to measure length. तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? मीटर स्केल to measure length. ठीक है? Isn't it? Then there is something called as least count. Now, what is the smallest length you can measure using a scale? 1 meter. So that is the least count of meter scale. It is the smallest measurement that can be measured by any instrument. So least count is for any measuring instrument. Whatever smallest measurement it can make is the least count. So for meter scale, least count is also written as LC. Okay, short form is LC. So for meter scale, least count is equal to how much? 1 millimeter. Okay, so which is how much? Or 0.1 centimeter. Or 0.01. Have I written it correct? 10 millimeter is 1 centimeter, right? This is divided by 0.001 meter. Because centimeter is 100 centimeter. So to divide it by 100, so it will be 0.001 meter. So this is least count of a meter. What if I have to measure any length less than 1 meter? Then what do I do? Then I make use of a different instrument which is called vernier calipers or screw gauge. Okay, they will show you in your labs. So meter cannot measure any length smaller than this, less than 1 meter. To measure lengths smaller than 1 millimeter, we need different instrument. Such as vernier calipers or screw gauge. Okay, so first write till here. We need a different instrument called vernier calipers or screw gauge. And I'll show you how the vernier caliper looks like. This is how a vernier scale looks like. Can you see this? Have you seen this kind of a scale? Yeah. So they will show you. Probably your teacher will bring it in the classroom and show, or they will take you to the laboratory. So I'll tell you how to use this to measure smaller length. It is shown over here in your book. Look here. Yeah. I'll show you the video how it looks like. See this. This is how the vernier caliper looks like. So it has got two parts. One is the fixed part, and this smaller scale can slide over it. So can you see? This slides like this. Okay. So when you take measurement, the thing to be measured is fixed between these jaws. Okay. The thing to be measured is fixed between these jaws or this jaws. So if you want to measure the diameter of anything, let's say I want to measure the diameter of this pen, I'll fix it between these two jaws. Okay. A bigger object will be fixed like this. If I have to measure the inner diameter, then I will fix in this jaw because it will be like this. You understand? I will close this. Inner diameter के लिए I have to use this. Outer diameter के लिए I have to fix it over here. Okay? So this is how it is. So you understood? So this is a sliding scale, or it is also called vernier scale, and this is the main scale. There are two scales here. Okay? So you can see here what it's doing. And at the end here, when you pull this out, this is called dip scale. So suppose if you want to measure the depth of it, so this you have to put it inside, and then you take the reading on the scale. So many things can be done. Is it clear now? Let's see. This is how you will measure the diameter. यहाँ पे नहीं, इधर नीचे रखना है इधर. This is it. So from here to here. This is how to measure the diameter. Understood? I will tell you how to take the reading. This is the outer. For outer diameter, you have to take this job. Okay. He is telling you what is the correct way to hold it. Okay. Don't hold it here. So for thread, then you have to hold it here, thinner things. And this is how you will measure the depth. Keep opening till it goes in. Understood, right? You have to find the depth, how deep it is. Now the inner diameter, the upper one, the inner diameter. Understood? So this is a good video. It gives you like all kinds of measurement. How to hold, then how to read, I will tell you now. So first thing that we do is we'll have to find out what is the least count of a vernier calipers. Okay? So vernier calipers has two scales. The main scale and second the vernier scale. Okay? So there are two scales in the vernier scale. So you're still writing this? Okay, complete this, then I'll explain. Have you written till here? Now let's write down the principle of vernier. Okay? Principle of vernier. अब देखो दो स्केल होता है, अभी देखा तुमने, एक बड़ा वाला फिक्स स्केल, उसके ऊपर जो स्लाइड होता है, So the number of divisions on tip on वर्नियर स्केल, अभी हम इसको वर्नियर स्केल को ना VS लिखेंगे, वर्नियर स्केल is N. VS means वर्नियर स्केल, ठीक है, वर्नियर स्केल VS, ठीक है, मेन स्केल MS ऐसे, ठीक. अगर there are N divisions on वर्नियर स्केल, this is the principle, right? So then on main scale N minus 1 division are equal in length to length of N divisions on vernier scale. This is the principle. Is what? So, पूरा ही लिखते हैं vernier scale. Is the principle clear? ठीक है? So the small scale is the vernier scales. Look here. In this diagram, the gray shaded one, you have marking from 0 to 10. In 0 to 10 marking, whatever is the length, okay? In this length, only 9 divisions of the main scale will fit in. Understood? This is the principle of vernier. 10 divisions of vernier scale in length are equal to 9 divisions of main scale in length. Okay? So that means that is so if n VS divisions, that is length of n vernier scale division is equal to length of n minus 1 main scale division. Understood? Okay. So what is the length of one vernier scale division? Right? Okay. So if length of one main scale division is x, right? Therefore, 10 divisions on vernier scale is equal to 9 divisions on main scale. Correct? क्योंकि if there are n division, meaning if n is equal to 10, then on main scale it will be equal to 9 division. है ना? So therefore, which is equal to 9 millimeter, which is equal to 9 millimeter. So 10 division on vernier scale is equal to 9 millimeter of length. Correct? Since for meter scale, 1 division is 1 millimeter. So 10 division on vernier scale is equal to 9 millimeter. So therefore, 1 division on vernier scale is equal to 9 by 10 millimeter, which is equal to 0.9 millimeter. Understood? By vernier principle, we are getting the length of 1 division on vernier scale as 0.9 millimeter. Now we'll define the least count of vernier scale, because for measuring instrument we must know what is the least count. Okay, so least count of vernier scale. Now see, because these scales are sliding over each other, so the smallest distance that it can measure is the difference between the two divisions. Okay, therefore least count of vernier scale is equal to difference between the length of one main scale division and one vernier scale division. MSD means main scale division and VSD means vernier scale division. Understood? Are you getting it? Smallest main scale division is 1 millimeter. And what is the smallest vernier scale division? We got 0.9 millimeter. Because 10 division on vernier scale is equal to 9 division, which is 9 millimeter. So 1 division is 9 by 10 or 0.9 millimeter. So this is equal to what? Difference. It is 1 millimeter. What is 1 division? 1 main scale division is 1 millimeter. Minus, what is 1 vernier scale division? 0.9 millimeter. What is this difference now? 0.1 millimeter. So what is the least count of vernier scale? 0.1 millimeter. What was the least count of scale? 1 millimeter. That means vernier scale can measure 1/10 smaller length than even meter scale. So whose least count is better? Vernier scale or meter scale? Vernier, because it can measure very small distance. And we will see that screw gauge least count is even better. Okay? So this is the least count of LC of vernier scale or vernier calipers. So this is the formula for least count of vernier scale. There is another formula. You can get the same answer. Also, least count of vernier calipers. VC means vernier calipers, VS means vernier scale. VC means vernier calipers. And whenever we are writing VS, it means vernier scale. So we will interchangeably use both. Okay? Now what is LC of also is equal to number of length of smallest main scale division. MSD means main scale division. Main scale division. And VSD means vernier scale division. And the division length for main scale as well as vernier scale I have given you. Right? Okay. Divided by number of divisions on vernier scale. This is another formula for least count. Length of smallest main scale division divided by number of division on vernier scale. So what is smallest main scale division? 1 millimeter. And what is the number of divisions on vernier scale? 10 in this case. Okay? So what is the least count here? 0.1 millimeter. So there are two formulas for least count of vernier calipers. Both will give us same result. So this is very important. They will ask you find the least count of vernier calipers. So it is given by two methods. Both are giving you same result. Okay. So in centimeter, how much it will be? 0.01 centimeter. So this is a better measuring instrument. It can measure even smaller length. Okay. Now we will learn how to take or measure length using vernier calipers. So you have already seen how to hold the things, whose diameter, etc. has to be measured. Right. So now let us see how to measure it. Do you have any questions to me? Are you good till here? Comfortable? Okay. So now it is all completely practical. If you know this, when you go walk into the laboratory, you will be able to do it very fast. Okay. Now see. So taking measurements using vernier calipers. Okay. So there is a technique. Step 1. Hold the object to be measured in the jaws of vernier calipers. First, you have to hold it properly. Step 2. Note the main scale reading. It is called MSR. Okay. What is the main scale reading? MSR is reading on main scale before the zero of vernier scale. Okay. So you can see this diagram, figure 1.2 in your book for main scale reading. So what is the main scale reading? So main scale is this scale, the bigger one, the shown below. And the vernier scale is shown above, 0 to 10, right? So what is the main scale reading? On the main scale, where the 0 of the vernier lies? Figure 1.2 you see. Go ahead, vernier scale down. Did you get figure 1.2? Here. I should tell you where it is. Page number you tell it. Look in the diagram. So the scale below that you see is the main scale. Okay? The bigger one. And this you see is 0 to 10 is the vernier scale. It is a schematic diagram. It is not exact vernier scale. Just to explain you the logic. Now where is the 0? Look here. 0 of the vernier is here. And on the main scale it is lying after 1.2. See? Where is the 0 vernier lying? After 1.2. So what is the main scale reading? 1.2 centimeter. Okay? So main scale reading is 1.2 centimeter. Okay? So next you have to note down the vernier scale reading. Okay? Note the vernier scale reading. BSR is vernier scale reading. We call it VSR. So how to note the vernier scale reading? VSR is equal to coinciding division of vernier scale with main scale. Into least count. This is how you calculate. So I am reference. What is the bigger number in the diagram? What is the bigger number here? 1.2. So in figure 1.2, main scale reading is 1.2 centimeter. Right? In your book. Okay. Now let's see what is the coinciding division. Coinciding division is the division on the vernier scale which is exactly matching the main scale. So you see the fourth division on vernier scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is exactly matching the vernier scale. See, it is coinciding. Are you getting it? See the diagram. Because this is how you have to do. ये जो वर्नियर स्केल है ना, इसको ऊपर लिखा है यहाँ मतलब फोर्थ डिवीजन ऑफ द वर्नियर स्केल. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this and the main scale, they are exactly overlapping. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is exactly matching the main scale. Here there is difference, but here it is coinciding. Okay. So this is called coinciding division of vernier scale with main scale. Okay. So what is the least count of the vernier scale? 0.01 centimeter, right? Because main scale reading we have written in centimeter, so least count also will write in centimeter. So therefore, this is 4 into 0.01 centimeter. So this becomes 0.04. Now we have taken main scale reading and we have taken vernier scale. So now you have to add. That will give you the measured reading. So therefore, so what is the measured? Therefore, measured reading of vernier calipers is equal to main scale reading plus vernier scale reading. This is the measured value. ये कितना आ जाएगा तुम्हारे एग्जांपल के लिए? This will be 1.2 plus 0.04, which is equal to 1.24 centimeter. ठीक है? This is how you will take the reading. In the next class, I will tell you how to do zero error correction. Sometimes in the scale there is zero error. So this reading without zero error. Huh? Without zero error. Just note down without zero error. In the next class, I will tell you what is zero error and how to correct. Okay? Error due to zero error.